Two cleaners who think they've seen it all.
Dear me. Oh, boy.
Believe they can transform the most shockingly filthy homes.
You'd be surprised how many people live like this.
By moving in and not leaving until the rooms are spotless.
It's a big job, this, you know.
What's that?
This is either a mouse or a bird.
With more than 50% of the nation saying they don't have time for household chores.
When was the last time you cleaned the room?
Probably about 10 years ago.
Here we go.
Wow.
Whoa, look at all this.
Over a decade out of date.
There's a cleaning crisis.
Grease, dog hairs. Tasty. Little concerned, the dreaded F word, fleas.
I do need to change, don't I?
At Britain's grubbiest, grimiest, most out-of-control properties, Richard and Brennan are moving in to teach the homeowners how it should be done.
If I was to have a clean slate, who am I going to be then after that?
With years of cleaning experience, nothing can shock these two.
This is really dangerous stuff.
Or so they thought.
Things just got 10 times worse, mate.
This is the worst room we've ever done.
I live in elephant beds. I'm sorry.
By cleaning away years of grime, homes come alive again.
No! Oh, my gosh.
Absolutely changed my life.
This time, a huge family home overrun with junk, dirt and compulsive buying.
What is happening in here?
Every room is engulfed in mountains of mess. The whole house is a disaster zone,
Kind of feel a bit claustrophobic.
filled with gruesome secrets.
Ooh, what's that?
Looks to be either a mouse or a bird.
Someone needs to change their ways.
We've got some seasoning, haven't we? That has well and truly gone out of date, and I think it should be thrown away.
It's just a spice mix. Spices keep for a long time.
Married couple Stuart and Sarah live with their 3 young children and 3 cats in this grand family home on the outskirts of York. From the outside, it's a dream home, but inside, it's more like a landfill. It looks like Sarah and Stuart have just moved in, but it's been 5 years.
We moved in with 2 kind of households into one, and I think we didn't really take the time to sort things out, so there's still items in boxes from when we moved in.
Sarah is a healthcare professional and Stuart works as a project manager, but they can't manage to keep their home clean and tidy, nor agree who's to blame.
We're both really busy, so the general mess, I think, is both of us, and we're probably equally culpable in that, aren't we?
In terms of the house, I think I'd say Sarah's slightly more messy than I am.
The couple bought the home to start a family, which turned into a 4-year struggle.
We struggled to have children, and it took us a few rounds of IVF to get our eldest daughter, and then a few more to get the twins. And that was difficult. It's a really all-consuming process, financially, emotionally.
But now they have a different fight on their hands. Sarah's compulsive buying.
I do buy things to make myself feel better, so there was quite a bit of that going on.
Things have gotten so bad, they now realise they need help.
If Richard and Brennan weren't coming to help us, I think things would just continue to get worse and worse.
And assistance is on the way. Expert cleaner Richard runs his own cleaning business and knows exactly how to handle jobs like this.
I just want to help people, and the way I do it is through my skill and knowledge of cleaning.
And his partner in grime, Brennan, loves nothing more than rolling up his sleeves and getting stuck into filth and junk.
I'm fit, I'm fast, and I kick filth in the arse. So where are we going?
Well, we're in York, aren't we?
Yeah.
We're here to see Stuart and
Sarah?
live in quite a nice house, decent size.
Big house, maybe big job.
Big problems.
Richard and Brennan don't usually work in homes that look as nice as this, but appearances can be deceptive.
Well, this is home for 3 days. It's well nice, isn't it?
Yeah, let's hope the inside is as nice as the outside. I can see some kids' toys, a couple of boxes.
Windowsill, nice and clean.
Yeah, seems all right to me.
Yeah.
But down the side of the house is a clue to what lies in store.
Well.
Oh, man.
Oh no. Looks like a bed, paint, booze, bins. That's nappies, isn't it?
We've got a washing room here, Rich. It looks like the clothes don't ever leave.
Oh dear, dear, dear.
I think it's time to find out what's going on.
Yeah, definitely.
Hi.
Hello.
Thanks for coming.
How are we both?
We're good.
Good.
Yeah, we need
Nervous?
you. Yeah.
Very nervous, yeah.
A little bit.
Do you mind if we go in and have a little
Yeah,
look?
sure.
Okay.
The first place Richard and Brennan inspect is the living room.
Whoa.
And it's immediately clear they've got a huge job on their hands.
Oh, and it begins.
It's chaotic, isn't it?
Straight away in the living room, there is a lot of stuff. There's empty boxes, parcels, toys everywhere. The sofas are all covered with items. It's full to the brim.
Oh my word. I've not even got in through the door yet, and I'm already feeling we've got problems. Why is that not going straight outside? Why is it being kept in the living room? It's clear to me we've got too much stuff and we've got a buying problem.
That's brand new, but it's covered in dust. For a room to get in this mess, there's a serious buying issue.
This is just one room. What if every room's like this?
Then I don't think 3 days is enough.
If Richard and Brennan thought the living room was a mess, wait until they get a load of Sarah and Stuart's massive kitchen.
Wow. Look at this. What is happening in here?
It looks like somebody's done their week's shop and just plonked it on the table, doesn't it?
Look at that, Brennan. It's not just clutter that's the problem in the kitchen. Clearly there's some cleanliness issues and things been hidden away. Point in kind is the little mobile grill, which the tray is full of fat.
What space is clear, there is crumbs, there is dirt, there is grime. This is not good.
And in the utility room,
Oh, Jesus.
it's a clutter catastrophe.
Oh my word, Brennan.
What is going on?
That's full. The utility room is a little bit of a dumping ground, really, and that can be seen with the 2-foot-high plastic bag mounting. It's absolutely unnecessary and it needs to be removed. It's a big job, this, you know. This is big.
As Richard and Brennan move upstairs, there's no escape from the junk and mess.
Oh, what?
The master bedroom is filled with washing baskets of clothes, and every surface is covered in a thick layer of dust.
Oh, my word. Look at all that, Brennan. That's ridiculous. Yeah.
Well, this is a dirty room. There's dust all on these boxes, clothing piled high. Kind of feel a bit claustrophobic.
You can't move.
It's almost like they've just given up.
The sheer size and scale of the job has taken Richard and Brennan's breath away. Every single room is filled with junk. The living room is crammed with unused toys and home to piles of recycling. Every surface in the kitchen is covered in rubbish. The utility room is bursting with laundry and filth. And the bedroom is complete chaos. Sarah and Stuart are drowning in filth and mess. Richard and Brennan have just 3 days to save them. The house is bursting with 5 years' worth of hoarding.
Up, pal.
So the first thing Brennan does is order in a skip. Inside, Richard is struggling to get to grips with the junk-filled kitchen.
Oh, what? Look at all this butter. Wrappers of butter. This is really confusing. I'm just looking for dates. Oh, my word. I'm gonna have to stop here at this point. This is 4 years out of date. This is shocking, really dangerous stuff.
After finding butter that's been in the fridge for 4 years, Richard set out his plan to attack this dangerously dirty room.
Probably what I'll do is I want to focus my attentions on this area, the centre of the room, and I'm going to work my way out from there.
It's a huge job. And when Richard makes 1 step forward,
That's good. It's organised.
it's then 2 steps back.
But out of date, out of date, 2 years out of date, 5 years out of date. There's only 1 that's actually in date. So my conclusion to that is that there's no real rotation. Whoa, there's so much stuff.
Richard finds that every cupboard is absolutely stuffed with food.
Look at all the mayonnaise. That's a lot of stuff. It's clear to me that Sarah has an issue with buying too much of the same thing. I've got oil, multiples of that's out of date by a couple of years. Stuart and Sarah, can you go into the kitchen? You all right?
Yeah,
Good.
Just tell me how this space works for you.
So I've pretty much lived in this room for the last 9 months on maternity leave.
What I found is it's not brilliant. We do have stuff out of date. I'm not sure what's going on with butter. It's a first for me, I'll be honest. But there's some wrappers with residue of food on that are 4 years out of date. And it's really got to try and stop that.
Didn't know about those. That's quite. That's a surprise for me, definitely.
When we met, Stuart was very rigid on your best before dates, weren't you?
Definitely polar opposite.
You've hit the nail on the head there. You are kind of at loggerheads a little bit. We've got to kind of get to the bottom of all this. I'm really worried about Sarah and her relationship with stuff and her spending. It's going to be really difficult to change that in the limited time that we're here, and I really do hope we find some common ground and we're able to move forward, otherwise we're not going to complete this job. You've got 3 really young kids. I know you've been on maternity leave, but you both work long hours when you're working, and this happens, and you need help.
Yeah, but lots of other people have twins and their houses aren't this trashed.
I don't want you to, compare yourself against other people, because, it's not going to help you. And we can always put ourselves down, and that's not what I want to hear in the next 3 days. I want it to be an uplifting experience for you, and as long as the tears are joyful, then we don't have tears. There obviously comes a point where, things have kind of got to change, really, haven't they?
Absolutely, and we recognise that.
It's a huge step in just getting to today, and that's been driven by you.
Yep.
Because you've kind of sought this and got us to this point to get your help in.
It's kind of clear to me that Sarah probably rules the roost in the home, and Stuart just falls in behind. But the problem with that is that some of the thinking that Sarah has is kind of causing problems in the house. The mantra from my perspective is that our collective goal is to thin stuff down, reclaim your home, and when you go back to work, life is easy. And are you both okay? Are you on the same sort of page?
Yeah.
I think so, yeah. Yeah.
Well, the proof is in the pudding, isn't it?
Brennan is making a start in the living room, and the first thing he has to deal with is a massive hoard of packaging from online deliveries.
Oh boy.
Not only is there a lot of stuff in here, but there's a lot of new stuff. It's like they're being opened, but never actually being used.
His first tactic is to pile up all the unopened items he has found in the room.
Stuart and Sarah need to see the problems in the living room. They've got way too much products in their home, not being used, just a waste of money. As you can see, I've been going through your stuff.
Yeah.
Just wanting to find out a few things.
Okay.
Do we have a lot of parcels turning up constantly?
Some. Varies.
You were just nodding a little bit.
We do.
I've spent a lot of the last year chained to a sofa with 2 breastfeeding babies and not a lot of adult social company. So I've been buying things. to cheer myself up.
I understand. A mum sitting at home, bored with kids screaming every 5 minutes.
I have stepped back what I'm buying now to try and minimise.
No, definitely. I was going to say that there has been a change recently.
What would you want this room to be?
Easier to clean and manage.
Yeah, definitely.
A sort of relaxing space for us to spend the evenings in.
You know what that means, though. We've got to get rid of some stuff.
Absolutely, yeah.
And I get the feeling you're going to struggle with that.
I'm coming around to it very quickly.
Okay. This is a huge job for Stuart and Sarah. I don't think they understand on how much work is going to be needed to go through everything.
Darkness falls in Yorkshire and the cleaners adopt a two-pronged attack. Sarah is forced to face the chaos in the kitchen.
Hi, Richard.
Hello. I need a little bit of help.
Yeah.
Okay, close the play today if we could clear these surfaces.
Yep.
While Stuart joins Brennan to take on the living room.
Right, so I want to start making a dent in some of this.
I think we might be able to get some stuff in a skip as well.
Yeah?
And it looks like Stuart is willing to finally get rid of all the junk they have been hoarding for years.
I'm noticing you're very eager for getting stuff in the skip.
Yeah.
Do you think Sarah's going to be as eager?
I hope she is. I think it might be a bit of a challenge. But I think that's what we're here for, is to go through that process and work with yourselves to get there. But yeah, I think it's probably going to be more easier for me.
One box done.
Meanwhile, the battle in the kitchen is far from over, as Sarah doesn't share Stuart's desire to throw things out.
We've got some seasoning, haven't we, that's how many months out of date? 8 months out of date.
Best before.
That has well and truly gone out of date, and I think it should be thrown away.
Okay. Best before is just when it's at its peak perfection of taste, and after which the taste deteriorates potentially. And it's just a spice mix. Spices keep for a long time.
When are you going to use it?
Now I've seen where it is, and it'll be in the cupboard, and I know where it is. I'll use it within the next week.
I'm going to give you that if it's going to be used in a week, but my recommendation is that you shouldn't really, okay?
The kitchen is a challenging job for me, really, but that's kind of impacted also with Sarah. I mean, she's a tricky customer, really, and I noticed that as we were debating things like sort of the frying spray, some of it ventured back into the cupboard as my eyes turned away. So I've really got to keep my eyes on her, because it's important that we do thin out in the kitchen considerably.
A determined Sarah has won her battles over the spice mix and frying sprays. But Richard has a new plan of attack to win the war.
Let's pick out some stuff across this area and across this area that can go immediately.
Yep. We can get through quite a lot of stuff reasonably quickly, can't we?
Yeah. Teamwork makes the dream work, is it something like that?
Absolutely.
Sarah is a goal-orientated person. When I set the challenge of clearing the surfaces, she did it and was determined to do it. So I think that's something I need to remember. We need to set challenges for Sarah, and hopefully that's going to stand us in good stead.
For Richard, some slow progress has been made, while Brennan was able to get rid of stuff from the living room. It's been a tough first day, but now it's time for tea.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow, thank
Help
you.
yourselves.
Thank you very much.
Wonderful, thank you.
Ooh, fish and chips.
So is there anything you struggled with today?
I think it was a struggle at the start, just to knowing how to start.
Yeah.
That's difficult.
Yeah.
You know, we had a chat earlier on, and I felt that it could go one or two ways.
Yeah, it's not been the easiest day ever, but necessary.
I think tomorrow, depending on Sarah's mood, I may have to hit her with some home truths. There might be some tough talking. I'm a little bit worried about that. I mean, she is a very headstrong individual and knows what she wants, so I think there may be even more resistance to that. But let's just see how it goes. I've got a few tricks up my sleeve.
It's the end of day one, and there's just enough space in the living room for Richard and Brennan to bed down for the night.
What a busy day it's been today.
Felt like I haven't stopped. but nothing's been done.
You can see you've moved stuff around and some of it's gone, but there's so much.
I hope that realisation comes, because otherwise this job's finished before we've even got going, mate.
It's morning on the second day. Richard and Brennan have been grafting hard, but still had a restless night.
Morning.
Oh, do you sleep all right?
No, not really. More worried about today, if I'm honest.
Yeah, me too. My rooms are the same as yours, and it's got to go because we've got to clean and organise these rooms. Shall we get going?
Yeah.
Before work begins, the boys need to get Sarah on board with their plans.
How you feeling this morning?
Yeah, good.
Yeah, good.
Well, today's my favourite day. Reason that is because things start moving. The key is to start seeing stuff in the skip. Because if the skip doesn't get filled, then we're not making any progression, we're just moving the items around, aren't we?
I'm going to try and recycle and repurpose and send to charity.
We kind of need to eat up and we need to go for it.
Richard and Brennan have devised a cunning plan to sort through the piles of junk and mess by setting up a rubbish review system in the garden.
Gazebo's up.
Yeah.
So we can start getting everything out, all the boxes, start seeing this full.
Absolutely. It's important when you take any project like this, like a declutter job, that you do have order and structure. Everyone's working to the same format, otherwise the walls will come crashing in.
With the house still full of junk,
Here you go, buddy.
Brennan and Stuart attack the living room with gusto. But things are about to take a nasty turn.
Brent, I think I've got something for you.
Presuming that's what the cats brought back in? This isn't good. The fact that there's a dead animal in the living room, which is a family room, it's not great, and I need to speak to Sarah about it.
But how will Sarah respond when confronted with such a gruesome discovery in her home?
Ooh. What's that?
Looks to be either a mouse or a bird.
Oh, lovely.
It's quite a big worry. This has obviously been here for a while.
Definitely wake up call for me to go, actually. Yeah, we need to.
Yeah, well, that's why we're here. We've done the wake-up call bit. We're here, we're moving it, we're getting on.
I think if anybody was to find that in the home, they would realise things need to change.
We were half expecting that we might have an unwelcome gift that from the cats that we might find during this process, but onwards and upwards.
Meanwhile, Richard is in the kitchen, still working to get rid of the heaps of toys and junk. And he's asked Sarah to lend a hand.
Are you happy with where we're getting to?
Yeah, we're definitely making progress, aren't we?
How come you've got so much food? What's sort of happened there?
To get the IVF, I had to lose quite a lot of weight. You have to be below a certain BMI.
Yeah.
So we did various diets and eventually found one that worked. And then as soon as I got pregnant, which was slightly unexpected, I had to stop any calorie-controlled diet because I was pregnant.
Yeah.
So all the food that we'd got in sort of became redundant.
Is it really hard going through IVF?
Yeah, it's tough.
What's tough about it? Is it physically tough or?
Every aspect of it is tough, so it's tough emotionally. It's tough physically. Drugs make you feel pretty rubbish. Sorry. Because it's so all-consuming, it takes over, and when you're feeling pretty ropey on medication, you don't necessarily want to come home and clean and sort and do stuff. So yeah, that's certainly part of why we are where we are. Yeah.
Sarah got really emotional in our chat in the kitchen. You know, really feel for her. I know it's been tough, and it's tough letting us into the house to try and help her because she likes to take control. But she has asked us to help, and we are here to help. And I'm sure, or I'm hopeful that after this conversation, we can fix this house.
In the living room, Brennan and Stuart are taking no prisoners, shifting all sorts out the door.
This one needs to go out into the gazebo, ready to be sorted through.
And finally, Sarah is ready to chuck out the junk she's been hoarding in the kitchen.
Right, OK, so we've got a few bits.
Yeah.
Should we take them to the gazebo?
Yep. Let's do it.
It looks like Richard's plan of clear, simple goals is starting to work. And with the surfaces clear,
Hi, Richard.
Richard wants to help make sure Sarah and Stuart live filth and grime-free forever by making cleaning easy and effective.
I have a tip. We have vinegar, lemon juice, bicarb. We've got a toothbrush. OK, so what you do is you put equal parts of vinegar and water in together. And then if you've got some really stubborn stains, just put some bicarb into a bowl and then mix this into a paste. I really love a toothbrush for cleaning. It's really good because it is by nature supposed to go into tight spaces.
And if there's a build-up of limescale, like you quite often get, so more, particularly with the boiling water tap there,
Yeah.
is there any good tips for that?
What you can do is you can use your vinegar again,
Yep.
pour it into a bowl and then get some kitchen roll, put it in and then stick it on.
Yep.
15 minutes should cover it, and then every time you take the kitchen roll off, just use your toothbrush and then go around it.
Yep.
So yeah, I'm just working around obviously the little sort of draining grooves here as well. Would you like to have a go?
Yeah, sure.
It's a really nice way to clean quartz. It really does buff it up.
Yeah, it looks good.
And make it nice and shiny. It's natural stuff that you find in your house.
Yeah, brilliant. Thank you. Richard showed me a really good tip with some bicarb, vinegar and lemon juice in the kitchen to clean up the quartz, which was really good.
Just next door, Brennan is ready to dismantle the devastation in the utility room.
Right, tackle this room. I need to clear it all away.
But if he's going to get through all this junk, he's going to need some help.
I need to get Stuart in. I can only do so much. Bagging rubbish is easy, but when it comes down to possessions, that's where I need Stuart to take control. Stuart!
Yep.
I need to understand what we can get rid of, what you want this room to be, which is key.
We know certain cupboards have uses and that's great, but others are just full of bags.
So let's just get to it, smash through it and see if we can knock this room out, yeah?
Yeah, let's do it.
Having finally conquered the kitchen, Richard has moved upstairs to take on Sarah and Stuart's chaotic bedroom.
I'm not quite sure why there's so many clothes. I mean, this is a huge amount. It's 5 or 6 washing baskets worth. It kind of looks like it's all been washed, but hasn't been put away. This is a problem. I need Sarah and Stuart to come in, talk to me about what's going on and give me some guidance. Sarah?
Yeah?
Stuart?
Hi.
Can you come in?
Well,
How does this room make you feel?
it just makes me kind of feel a bit sad when you come into it.
I'm hoping that a lot of this stuff will fit again.
We still need to try to get rid of some things.
What is the problem with letting stuff go?
A lot of the stuff, particularly the stuff in the drawers, is stuff that you fit pretty pregnantly. And it doesn't now.
And you want to get back there?
It's hard.
Yeah, of course it is.
That's quite a massive thing you just said then.
We'd already talked about it, haven't we? It's,
Well, we have or haven't. You know,
Yeah.
This is a process you're going throughout this. You're trying to get rid of lots of things, and I think this is, you need to remember.
a week ago, I wouldn't have said that. You know that. So I've got rid of more today than I probably have in the last year
Yeah.
already. So it's not all, hope is not lost yet.
Sarah got emotional because she sees herself as being a little, almost like a superhero, really. I can conquer all by myself, and doesn't really like to let her guard down or become emotional. But I think it's important to express yourself, to let those emotions go, because only after that can you really start to get better.
Having opened up about her most personal issues, it's almost like a weight has been lifted from Sarah.
They're all altered stockings, they can go in a bin.
Oh, really?
Yep, it's bin your stuff here as well.
What a day it's been today, eh? What's your thoughts on today?
It's been a tough day.
Yes.
I think a few home truths and
Any key moments?
two things, obviously finding the mouse. And I think the second thing that stood out was the chat they had with Richard upstairs. I think that was quite a sort of revelation in terms of where we are. So there's the struggles that we've had.
It's given me this stepping stone to, and this sort of starting blocks from where to carry on.
At the end of day one, I thought this job was a non-starter, but now we're 1,000 miles away from that. It's like the complete opposite. Things are dealt with, things are getting done, and there's no more excuses.
You okay?
Been a tough day, isn't it, mate?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I've got nothing left in the tank. It's late. We've got a busy day tomorrow, so we need to get to sleep.
It's morning on the third and final day. Richard and Brennan spend the night in the living room again.
Hey. Oh. You okay?
Yeah, you?
Yeah. Tired? It's been a tough couple of days, really.
But, you know, we've done the hard conversations.
Yeah, it's all about action today, isn't it? We need to get into the cleaning and get this house done. I'm in the shower first.
Overnight, the boys called in the decorators to brighten up the bedroom, but there is so much left to do to make this filthy house feel like a comfortable and clean family home.
We got to the last day.
The last day we made it.
Oh, that's not positive. What was the sort of sign?
I think there's still a lot to do
Yeah?
and not vast amounts of time left.
That's our major concern. So much to do, not enough time.
Rest assured, that will be done. Don't worry about that. Let us worry about, you know, everything else.
Okay, good luck.
Richard starts his day in the kitchen. And in the living room, the floor is nearly cleared. But Brennan's worried about the state of the carpet, especially with 3 kids and 3 cats running around.
Right, so as you can see, it's a bit clearer here.
Yeah.
So just wanted to show you what's deep lurking in these carpets. What this UV light's gonna do is it's just gonna show you all the soiled areas.
Yeah.
Any cat pee, bodily fluids, things like that.
Okay.
It's gonna bring it up and really emphasise where they are.
That sounds disgusting.
Grab the light then. So as you can see,
Yeah.
it's quite a lot of soil marks. I mean, over here, it's obviously where we found our little friend, which also had quite a lot of drop-ins down here with it.
Yeah.
Just where it's released its fluids when passing. Found loads of bodily fluids on the carpet. I mean, it's covered from top to bottom, glowing.
It looks like a murder scene.
It does.
But Brennan knows a top tip to stop the cats from peeing on the carpet.
So what I've got here is a bottle, just water, distilled water.
Yeah.
Okay, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to put a few drops of this. And what this is a citrus oil. Cats and dogs don't like the smell of citrus.
Okay.
Okay, so we're just going to put a few drops in there, and the areas that they're most prominent to spray.
Yeah.
It's obviously here, so we're going to give it a couple of sprays.
That's really good. It seems quite simple as well.
Well, what I like about it is it's simple, it's cheap. You know, if I'm using a couple of drops of that, that's going to last you forever, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it's environmental friendly.
That's really good. Thank you very much.
Yeah?
When Brennan encounters a carpet as disgusting as this, he has just the thing, his industrial fabric cleaner he calls the Beast.
So I've just set up the Beast, put some carpet shampoo and a deodorizer in there. Hopefully this is going to pull out them horrible marks, stop it looking like a crime scene. That's all of the dirt, the bodily fluids. I mean, you can smell it from here. It doesn't smell great, but it's better than it still being in the carpet.
With so many of their belongings sorted and cleared, Sarah and Stuart have gone out to give Richard and Brennan time and space to do what they do best: clean.
So this is all on the windowsill. It's only about a quarter of it. There's still more to go, but look how much dust there is.
I think Sarah and Stuart are going to be really happy with the home. It's exactly what they've asked for, exactly what they need, and it's a whole lot cleaner.
This has been a really difficult job with loads of resistance. At one point, I didn't think we'd get to this point, and to stand here in the kitchen and look across at how nice it is, I'm thrilled, delighted, and relieved.
Now Sarah and Stuart are back to see the results of all that hard work. 3 days ago, this large family living room was covered in clutter and mess. The sofas were buried under clothes and kids' toys. There was a mound of recycling in the corner. But worst of all, the decayed carcass of a dead animal was left rotting under all the junk.
Oh, wow. Gosh.
Wow.
Now it's completely clean and tidy and divided into 2 clear spaces. A spacious lounge for Sarah and Stuart to relax in, and a lovely play area for the children to enjoy.
It's fantastic.
See, we would have never, ever done this.
No, the transformation is ridiculous.
Isn't it just?
Absolutely incredible. It's like some show home or something.
It's amazing.
Look how clean everything is.
I know.
The carpet.
We're sort of grown up, relaxed space now, isn't it?
Yeah.
When the boys first arrived, the kitchen was a complete mess, with toys and cardboard boxes piled up at one end. The island was covered entirely with shopping, while the fridge and drawers were stuffed with out-of-date food. The surfaces were grimy, and the grill was full of grease.
Oh, wow. God, that's very bright white, isn't it?
Good grief.
Now Brennan and Richard have restored the modern kitchen back to its former glory.
It's enormous.
It is enormous. God, it's massive.
Wow.
The island and surfaces are clean and clear, while the cupboards have been decluttered and organised.
I didn't realise we had this much space. But then that frightens me about how much stuff we have
Yes.
to cover this up. It's like ridiculous.
Yeah.
3 days ago, the utility room was a disaster zone, crammed with laundry and rubbish. Now it's clear and clean, a functional room that's finally fit for purpose.
Blimey.
Wow.
I can do laundry now without, like... God, it's mental. How crazy is this?
How clean it all is.
Yeah, beautiful.
Upstairs, the landing and master bedroom was complete chaos, under which lay dust, dirt and grime. It was difficult to even get into the bedroom due to the multiple laundry baskets full of clothes. Now the whole area is transformed. The mess and clutter are gone, and the room has been newly decorated. It's a calm, tranquil space, just what Sarah and Stuart so badly needed.
Oh, wow.
What? My goodness. That's... Wow, that's brilliant. So different.
Blimey.
Again, it's massive. What's going on?
It's like some posh, swanky hotel room with lots of storage. It's just grown up, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is a million miles away from where we were before and is beautiful.
After years of living surrounded by junk and filth, Sarah and Stuart finally have a home to be proud of.
You okay? Smiling, that's a good start.
Yeah. Pretty speechless, to be honest, actually.
Yeah, no, I'd just like to thank you. I think it's an incredible thing that you've both done, and I think for us it's giving us some tools to work with and help us going forwards.
Yeah, it's a fresh start, isn't it? There's no way it's going back to how it was.
Yeah, it can't do.
No. We haven't got enough stuff to make it go back that way anyway.
Well,
Like it. I feel like Sarah now realises what we were getting at. We just wanted to show her, and it was time to let go of some stuff.
Enjoy your family, enjoy your home.
yeah, you too. Thank you. Thanks very much.
Cheers.
Let's go, mate.
It's been a roller coaster and it's been hard work, but at the end of it, look what we've achieved.
Yeah, it looks amazing.